ओ
चन्न वांगू मैनू रंग तेरा
तेरा सोहना
सोहना लगदा वे दिल ऐ पतंग मेरा
मेरा
होन लगदा वे
हंसया हुसन तेरा टुटा
तेरा टुटा
घमंड
है घमंड
मेरा
मेरा जग
जाग
सकदा
सकदा
मैं
मैं
सारी
सारी राह
ਤੈਨੂੰ
तेनू
ਵੇਖ
वेख
ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਓ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਓ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ
Oh, nice. Lovely. Charan and Preeti Singhania, aka Bombay the artist,
That's
welcome to
it.
CNN News 18.
Thank you so much.
Keep having us.
So, this was, of course, your brand new song, which is titled Vekh Sohneyaa, which is part of Ananya Panday's OTT show called Call Me Babe.
Yes.
First, tell me how both of you decided to collaborate on this song. Who approached whom?
So, our mutual friend and manager Raj, he basically introduced us together. And at that point, Bombay already had a verse happening on the song, and she played it for me. And this obviously happened on Zoom and such because
Yeah.
she's not here. We were in different time zones, and I just jumped onto that and took the thought forward, sent it back. Then she put more things onto it, and it just very organically came about.
So, in the song, we see a starry eyed Ananya Pandey falling in love with Guru Fateh Pirzada's character. What was a brief that was given to you about the song?
You know, there wasn't actually a brief. Obviously, this song was made a little bit before the show, and then it got picked up for the show. But the funny thing is when I see the picturization, and I think about when the idea of writing the song was the initial stage of liking someone or like falling in love. You know, that giddy feeling you get inside, like that, and to see that being picturized without even telling them कि गाना इस बारे में है, it was cool. It was like it was just meant to be. So I think even though we didn't get the brief, it was just like a match made in heaven.
So I genuinely believe that some songs write themselves and position themselves and release themselves. Like that's more than the artists or the musicians involved, right? So I think that's something that happened with the song where it basically got itself wrote, got itself finished, because I know for a fact that Bombay was sitting with her verse for a while, and when I was writing my verse, it was like it was flowing from me. I was not really putting any effort into it. It was very seamless as a writing process. And then the song got picked up for this and for Call Me Bay. And when we saw the video, it just fits so perfectly. So I really think this is one of those songs.
What has been the biggest takeaway for both of you from this collaboration?
I think the main one for me is like you don't have to be in like the same room all the time to make music. I think when you do something so honestly, especially like in any creative field or any field, when you do it with such honesty, you can just connect from any sense. If it's real, if like it's for real, you can just connect. There's no forcing. There's no like, will he get it? Will I be able to write my verse? It just happens. And I think this is one of those instances where I've collaborated with someone. And I'll be honest, I was like, let's see what happens. Like, I was like, I don't know, like what it'll send. And I remember when I put my headphones in and I listened to his verse, I was grabbing a coffee and I was like, wow, like how did he just know the right thing to write? So I think that whole okay, we don't have to be in the same room or we didn't have to meet to be able to like connect.
So after we did Vekh Sohneyaa, at that point it was called Feelings. And after we did Vekh Sohneyaa, I've become more spontaneous as a musician. Like if I hear a good beat, I'll jump on it. I don't know. I think about what does it work for me on a larger perspective much later. But it's about that song. It's about that spark.
The show is produced by Dramatic Entertainment. Do you all get a chance, or did you get a chance to meet Karan Johar and Ananya Pandey?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Have they
I
not
think
told you
Sometime soon.
what they thought of the song, Karan and Ananya?
no,
I'm
I think
sorry.
everyone loves the song on the
Yeah,
team.
they
I
love
think
the song.
everyone
Yeah.
does. we've obviously we've interacted with the musical team and the music team with Hermatic. And yeah, it's just we get good energy and good feedback from everyone. So it seems like this is one of many. I'm not gonna like put it forward, but like let's see. I think there was good energy coming from it. So
Yeah.
We're talking so much about the music. Would you like to give us maybe few lines of your favorite song?
एक तो ही मेरी खैर मंगदी ओदा किसे नहीं मंगया कहती तेरी मेरी हो गई कि जिंदड़ी जाने तू ही ता मेरा यार है जिन्ना प्यार मैनू तू कर दी ऐना किसे नहीं हो करे कहती मैनू तेरी मेरी हो गई कि जिंदड़ी जाने मैं ता शुक्र करा जदों दा तेरा रंग चढ़िया मैनू सब मिलिया तेरा रंग चढ़िया जिंद मेरी है जदों दा तेरा रंग चढ़िया मैनू रब मिलिया तेरा रंग चढ़िया जिंद मेरी है जदों दा तेरा.
Nice, very nice.
awesome.
Really
Thank
lovely.
you.
So then, to both of you, is the ultimate destination is Bollywood for both of you? Do you think so?
I don't think there's ever a plan. I think when you're a musician, not like or like an artist in our case, I think musician is quite limited. I think we're artists, like there's so much more to explore. It's what connects with you at the time. Like for example, they liked the song and they reached out to us, and then that's how this project came about. But I think there's so much more to explore, and especially in Bollywood now, where they're expanding their knowledge. There's a lot of independent artists coming through and sitting on projects. So I think the whole idea of like Bollywood as a concept, okay, we are going there, or there's like a space to go to, I think that is something which is changing. And it's not something I would have in my mind, okay, I just want to go to Bollywood. I think it's like international, worldwide, put India on the map type thing. So yeah, not just Bollywood.
I agree with what Bombay just said, 120%. Like that's exactly where we're going. It's like we as artists now need to think from there are many verticals right now running. Yes, Bollywood and film soundtrack is a vertical there. Your own independent journey is one. And also the world stage where now the whole world is taking notice to what music is coming out of India. So the Bollywood being one destination can't be like, we can't say that for sure.
How competitive is the international urban Punjabi scene in UK?
I think it's always been competitive, but in the sense, not that we're competing against each other. Like even growing up, listening to I listened to predominantly like Bhangra music and like Punjabi music growing up, because that was quite heavy in the UK. It's always been present, and there was always like underground like events happening and all these like secret little spots or somebody's house party, yes, which but I think there's always been like support. You can literally like walk up to like anyone, like Punjabi MC, or these people literally like are at these clubs, and you can go up to them and say, hey, would love to work. And there's that, it's attainable, it's very like community based. So I think even though it's a little bit competitive, like everyone wants to be the best, there's a lot of like community, which I think is like so heavy, especially in the UK scene with music.
Which genre of music that fascinates you the most, to both of you?
So we both are essentially pop writers. So when it comes to pop music is something that uses very different subgenres and makes something of its own. And that's where like your style as an artist comes through. I myself am heavily inspired by rock and hip hop. At the same time, I love writing on the acoustic guitar. I will have like all these ballads and love songs that I really love writing. And I've grown up on Bollywood music because everyone in my family have been music buffs. So it's a whole crossover of all these different influences. Where as a producer, sometimes I've done hip hop, and then as like a songwriter, I've written for other artists. I've written love songs. So it's very difficult to answer, but I hope this helps summarize my answer.
Yeah, I was going to say like exactly the same. I mean, I grew up with a lot of like folk Punjabi influence, like Surinder Kaur and Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab. So there was a lot of that growing up. But there was also like I would go to school and there'd be like English music only. So I also sort of had to know that too. So there's always like a mix. I think the idea is I remain the same, and we talk about real things, and like my Punjabi is real and my Hindi is how I normally would speak Hindi, and my English is how I always speak English. But production can change, and the energy of a song can change, because I think it's really important to give your listeners everything. I want my listeners to be like, I don't, it's not game, I'm sad and I have to listen to Bombay, or I'm heartbroken, I have to listen. I want them to listen with their friends at a party, when they're sad, with their family, like everything, in the car whilst they're doing a giri or whatever. Like they should be able to like find everything on my section
But
of music.
how easy it is today for young musicians to find mentor or to collaborate with established artists? And is it important?
I would say it's definitely important to reach out to people, especially when you're stuck, because as just a musician, or as just an artist, you don't think about scaling up or how it will happen, or these things, or like the journey or the route you have to take, right? It obviously has to be organic, but sometimes you need someone from above to say, actually, this is tried and tested, this is not how it works. Aise hota hai. So I think that's super important. It's also very easy now, especially because like social media is like on a boom. You can literally like reach out to someone, especially we are with Blueprint, and you can literally like just DM them and you'll get an answer back. It's as easy as that. So
Mhm. No, also, I feel as an artist, if you're going on this journey, if you're true to your music and if you're true to what you're trying to say, you will find the right audience and it will connect at a deeper emotional level with not only the audience, but with someone who has been in the game for longer. And a lot of times you would be surprised, but a lot of times people want to reach out to budding talent and people who see potential in the other person. They reach out and they say that this is working. We should jump on this. This please don't do again. So so I think that ways, yes, social media has increased the reach. It has also increased the sense uh, of companionship, because if you're true to your art, if you're trying to chase trends, then people, that may work, that may not work, but if you like what you're making, then you will find the right people.
And finally, how your life has changed for both of you ever since the song from the Call Me Babe dropped and created waves? Are you getting a lot of offers from other producers?
I think for me especially, and I think for Charan as well, we're still just taking it in, because I don't think ourselves, we've had like a this big of a song where it's like taking off as it is, like to ourselves. And then I'm thinking, like, did me and Charan actually like make this? Like this वही गाना है ना? So it's, I don't think I've taken it in yet. Of course, there's a lot of sweet messages which are coming from like industry people and a lot of like audience as well. And the reception is good, and people are, like, let's do more work like this, etc. But I think we're still just taking it in. It's a little bit overwhelming right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the same sentiment I share. And there is that, and then there is also the hope that this track will help us push our independent music forward. Now, through this track, we'll have more listeners, more people who are following the journey and are on this journey with us. So it's just like it looks good, is what I'm saying, and just hoping for a brighter future.
Looking forward to lots
Thank
more from both of you. Thank you so much for your time and all the best. And Jate Jate, Bombay, would you like to give us a few lines of your favorite Punjabi song?
I'll sing one of mine. I have a song. Is that okay if I sing my own?
Yes.
I'm gonna sing Pardesiya. It's a song of mine, and it goes like, उमरा ले खोना पै गया है तुम बिन ये रहना भाए ना, ऐसी दगा जाने कैसी सिखाई तूने, दिल को मनाया माने ना। हाय तर पे जिया मोरा, तोरे दरस को कोनो खबर नहीं आ। हे मोरे पिया पर देश बसे, कोनो खबर नहीं आए।